everybody, I'm Matthew Wilson and SamuraiHex, and welcome back to another episode of Tactical Masterclass. This is Season 5, so if you haven't watched last episode, go watch it now, and all the other stuff in the eye above or down in the description below. I'll let you go watch that before I talk about what happened last time. Yeah, last time was our first ever season in the Premier League with Cambridge United, and we didn't do too badly. At one point we were 2,000 to 1 odds, 2,000 to 1 worst team in the league. So 20th out of 20th and all that, team to win the title and all that on the season preview. And we ended up finishing 12th. Really respectable finish there. So if you're excited for this season 5, give the video a like. It does help the channel out immensely. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, and whether you are a new subscriber or a returning subscriber, hit the bell for mobile notifications so you never miss an upload. Also comment a comment saying I can't wait to see what transfers you're doing, how much you can improve or unimprove, and yeah, check out all my socials down in the description below. But yeah, last season we finished 12th in our first season in the Premier League. 48 points in the end, 23 points away from relegation, so we really did survive relegation quite easily really, and we were nowhere near Sheffield United in 17th, so hopefully we can improve. And this is mostly the team going into next season. I haven't set it up for yet. I don't think any of the loanees will be coming back. I won't mind Curtis Smith, but I think we can get better for maybe a free transfer or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to see. But some of these players can probably be sold. I'm thinking about Kai Yarn can finally be sold. He didn't play much, and his potential has gone down drastically. And Triple Acadine I want to give another season for because he didn't do too badly. Sarah Brevin I might let go. Paul Digby I'm not sure. Matt Clark can probably last another season. Hayden Carter I want to get gone. Backboard probably let go as well. Weatherson, let him go as well. He only joined last season as well in January, but I don't think he's good enough for where we're aiming in the heights of Cambridge nowadays. Everyone else I reckon will be kept for at least this season. Knock off Liam Bennett, who will be wanting to leave. And will hopefully be sold sometime this summer. But we have the tactic that we're using for this season, and it's the 4-4-2 Invincible by GIORGIO FM. So of course by GIORGIO FM, Invincible spelled differently, but I don't know if that's the Italian spelling, because I think Giorgio's Italian name, so I don't know if he's Italian. So the creators named it Invincible, and it's meant to be Invincible in English. I'm not sure, but it's a 4-4-2. Positive mentality, fairly wide attacking width, passing to space, underlap on the left and right, slightly more direct, slightly higher tempo, hit early crosses, play for set pieces and run at defence, in transitions counter press and counter, distribute quickly in goalkeeper possession and distribute over opposition defenders with a high press defensive shape and a much higher defensive line. Trigger press much more often and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Step up more, trap inside, and then it's got a pressing forward on attack and advance forward on attack. A winger on the right midfield, an inverted winger on the left, a deep line playmaker and a ball winning midfielder in the midfield. Complete wing back on support on left and right of defence, and 2 central defenders on defend with a sweeper keeper on attack. So looking at our best 11, John Jules and Wheatley will be our 2 strikers. I don't think we need to change them. Maya is our left winger, our left attacking wide midfielder. I reckon he can be kept for that season. Archie Gray and Aronson are decent as well. Somerville on the right, he's decent. Bogle on the right, he's good enough. White, however, he might be better being in the midfield. I'm not sure, so maybe get a left back and 2 centre backs, maybe because Matt Clark's injured for the start of the season, maybe, I don't know. Actually, I think he'll be fit. But we need another centre back for that reason, and goalkeeper is good enough. And that does leave all these on the bench. I reckon Killian Phillips can do a decent job. Like I said, George Thomas is leaving, Liam Bennett might be leaving. And both of them are unhappy, and I want to sell them. Diego Capella can do a decent job. Berthelsson will do a decent job. Acadina will do a decent job. Paul Digby, I don't want to let him go because I want to get him in as coaching staff eventually. Weatherson, let him go. Kai Warren, let him go because I don't think if it's the side anymore. Batboard can probably do a decent job for another year, but I want to sell him while we can get a profit. Stuart Rose, he'll do a decent job if he's not loaned out. Seb Revan, probably loan him out and get him sold. Daniel Bentley will be good backup, and Hayden Carter can sell him. But yeah, we now go into the next season, hopefully with some transfers to make. In the end, we have 81 million to spend in the transfer budget, and about 400 or 300 to spend in the wage budget. So we've got a bit of money we can spend. Hopefully we'll get some crucial good players in and all that stuff. But anyway, I'll skip ahead and see what happens in the meantime. So we are actually all the way on the 18th of September. I've actually went a bit ahead over from pre-season, well, the start of the new season, to over, as well as the transfer window. I've gone a bit over that. So we'll just look at the transfers, and there were quite a few. So first off, players joining. Gonzalo Velasquez joined us for 6.5 million. I decided to scout the young players in the next gen. So I scouted any of the ones that looked cheap on the or whatever, or clubs that were not that big, so we could maybe sign them. So first was Gonzalo Velasquez. He's joined for 6.5 million. He looks decent and could get better. Moff Shamid was just the English player that I could bring in for cheap. He's been loaned out immediately and hopefully can get a good price if it doesn't get to his potential. Walid Boukarit joins us as our regular star, but he'll probably be squad player in all honesty. From Westerlo for 8 million. Ruben Helsinghoff, he looks the best player we've picked up all transfer window. Left back, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. He looks brilliant, and he comes in from Bromby for 5.5 million. Joseph Ninhaus comes in as our new centre back from Pexwell. Rafi David also joins us from Maccabi Haifa, is an Israeli player. Jose Apollino also joins in on a free transfer, noticing that his contract was running out. He's had to be assigned an ESC slot though, but he looks decent as well from Immortal in Portuguese Serie A. So a really good transfer there. And then people that left before the tick to the new season, I must add on Sancho Barles, Mata, Sinclair, Burton, Butcher, Bennett and Ratcliffe all loaned out. Liam Bennett loaned out with, I think, a thing of sale or something. I think it's got a sale or something like that. Yeah, after 10 matches played, I get 12 million. So hopefully he will leave to Birmingham at the end of the season. Other players that left were McKennie and Clark going out on loan. Then we sold Jack Lancaster. That was a agreed deal from a loan with an obligation to buy from matches played. I think I've kind of swindled Rotherham out of 10 million there, but they're in League One of all things as well. So they spent 10 million in League One. Wow. But yeah, he's gone and joined Rotherham. Ross North, Hipwell, Mole and Seb Revan were loaned out. Seb Revan has another 10 matches played. You get a future fee, so hopefully Rotherham sign him again, like the Jed Lancaster. I think he's playing for them in real life, isn't he? I noticed in the EFL highlights that I watch on ITVX that there was a Revan player who was playing for Rotherham in the Championship. So I don't know if it's him. It might be, because Revan's quite a unique name I find. But yeah, Kai Yin was also sold. I said I wanted to get rid of him. I don't think he would have reached his potential. And yeah, he's been sold to Ipswich for £8 million. He's become a regular starter in the Premier League, so maybe he could have been a job for us. But yeah, he's been sold. Mark Bolton and Warling are all loaned out. George Nevitt, who we of course signed last season, he's immediately been sold after a loan spell at Cardiff, where we of course signed him from. His potential had gone down. It's like 2-star, 3-star potential, 2-star quantability. So we sold him on a profit to Luton. George Thomas was sold to Mets. Like I said, I wanted to get rid of him. And Paul Digby, who I did think, okay, I'll loan him out and then keep him at the club until we can get him on as a coaching role. He's gone to Millwall on loan. Luke Parker and Harris have been loaned out. Then saw Navio Backboard, who did his job last season and has then immediately been sold to Sunderland for a profit. Aidan Carter was sold for £3 million to Stoke. Trey Mark Van Mully was also loaned out to Rotherham. Buckley was loaned out. Marsh was loaned out. It was last season's big signing of £10 million or whatever. Monday's also been loaned out. Then we saw Solomon Adebayo, who was a youngster. I don't think he could reach that potential, and if he did, I would have really gone to a high end where his potential would only be like 2 stars. So yeah, he's been sold. Zembala and Stuart Ross have been loaned out. Roy Wilson, who last season we signed for £11 million. He played 1 game, was loaned out to Bolton, and then Norwich came calling £20 million. I think it was about 15 at first, but I said, can you give me 20? And they were like, yeah, okay. So he's been sold to Norwich. Apollina, who of course joined the season, has been loaned out. Hadley, who's a player that's joined, was loaned out as well. Moffat Jamid, another player that joined, has been loaned out to Werder Bremen. Harrison Parker was loaned out. Herschel Harrow was loaned out. Fraser Pettinger was loaned out. Alex Broadley, another youngster, was sold. I don't think he covered the average potential, so we got a bit of profit from his youth academy. And John Cowell was also loaned out. And then people joining. Gabriel Biancheri. I don't think he's good, but his potential ability was a lot higher, and it was director of football, so I just agreed to that. Joe Reed was another director of football player that looks a lot better. Ethan Pinnock, my transfer, I thought he could just do a job if any injuries happen, and if he gets unhappy, we can always sell him. At least I hope we can. Dago Watara, Burkina Faso player. He comes in on quite a cheap quite cheap amount from Schalke, and I think he's going to be the next big deal for us. Angel Prasado, another player that's joined us as our right back, probably to go side by side, rotating with Bogle. Sam Greenwood joins us as our new main choice striker. Can also play in the midfield and on the wings and in the AMC and even DM if you can train him there. Also signed John Miguel Latassa as another squad player striker. I think he is a much more better than the 2.7 million is worth. So I think I did a really good deal there. I can maybe sell him for a profit if he does get unhappy with being a squad player, because he's now 12 to 13.5 million worth. Alfredo Rojas joins us as our star player. He's going to get unhappy very quickly. 2-star, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He can get really, really good. Dean Hadley, an also player that's been on our radar for a while. He was in Turkey in the National League, and he's 2-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. I got him on the cheap, £110,000 all up front, and he's gone back to Turkey on loan. Hopefully that doesn't stint his growth. But yeah, hopefully he'll be a really good player. Jack Goodwin, another player that joined us, £750,000, could get really, really good. Hopefully he will. Sam Sturman, another youngster that could get really, really good. 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, £3 million from Millwall. Then John Carroll joins us from Celtic, another youngster that could get good. At 18, he looks really good. And Jaden Slory, that was director of football. I wasn't going to go in for him, but I thought we had money to spend. We probably need extra slots filling in the squad registration, so I just accepted it, and he's coming in. 3.4 million rising to 3.8 from Feyenoord. And the results, so we were undefeated entirely throughout the pre-season, knock off a loss against Hibernian. Then at the first 2 games of the season we beat Southampton and Bournemouth, then lost to Ipswich in the league, which is very disappointing. I would like to have beaten them, even they've even had a player sent off. So we should have done much better than that, but we didn't. Fulham we lost in the EFL Cup second round, and then we drew against them in the Premier League. And then we lost to Tottenham, Man City and Liverpool, that was to be expected. Overall, it takes us to 14th, 7 points, only 2 points away from the relegation. But then again, only 3 points away from 7th place Tottenham, which is Conference League position. Currently, we're expected to finish 19th. So instead of being 901 odds like it was at the end of the last season, it's now 701 odds, and we're the 19th best team in the league. The only team worse than us is 901 odds on the title, Ipswich, and it's quite far away from Southampton. In all honesty, it's another going to be another ask. Hopefully next season, all these players, youngsters that we've signed, can improve. From game time, we'll be loaned out, and then they'll come back next season, and we'll be mid-table side. I don't know, we'll have to figure it out. More results have happened, and it's not been going that well. So after the Liverpool game, we actually beat Brentford and Brighton, then went on a horrible run, losing to Chelsea, Arsenal, Man U, Everton, Aston Villa. To be honest, anyone that wasn't to be expected was probably Everton, but even then they've got a good side now compared to in real life in terms of Premier League quality. Then when we drew against Newcastle, which is a good result, but then drew against Forest, it's not good. Drew against Tottenham, good. West Ham, not good. Then lost to Sheffield United, not good. Leicester and Bournemouth, we won. So currently, we're still in the mid-table, to 13th, but we're only 7 points off relegation. And if we have another bad run of results like that, it might be bad, because if it weren't for the last 2 wins, we would be 17th and only a point away from relegation. In terms of transfers, Seb Brevin and Liam Bennett are guaranteed to be gone. And we have also sold Ethan Pinnock. Like I said, if we couldn't get him, I might be able to sell him for a profit. Or if he wasn't playing, I could maybe sell him for a profit. And so, yeah, we signed on a free transfer as backup player. It was meant to be squad player, but it was really a fringe player or even emergency backup for me. And of course, squad pick wasn't picking him. So in the end, Pumas, he got unhappy. I sold him to Pumas for £425,000. Rising to 525. I don't think he'll get to 525,000 personally at 35, 36, but yeah, hopefully he will get the profit. But yeah, it's profit anyway. It's in the end, it's cost us less. It's cost us less bringing him in than selling him than just keeping him for another year or half a season or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm looking to sell a few players. So if we go to average rating's been awful. The only one that's actually been decent is Berthelsson, who's only had 5 games off the bench. Everyone's not had an above 7. So I actually think anyone lower than a 6.7, so Adam Meyer, who's gone down for 3.5 star potential current ability 2.5 star because of his performances. Jalen Bogle might keep actually because of his current ability, but Okadina, Adam Meyer, Somerville probably keep as well, maybe for another year, and Prasado. But Prasado, Adam Meyer and Okadina, I'll look to sell. Anyone who hasn't played, maybe look to sell them as well. Like Kopali, he's unhappy because he wasn't going to grade playing time, so I'll sell him. I've also put Slory on the list because we shouldn't have signed him, but hopefully we can get a profit. But yeah, hopefully transfer window in January will be fruitful. We sell a lot of players with more youngsters in, or even better players that can do the job for a season, keep us out of this relegation battle. So we've actually have a failed takeover bid. It was originally meant to be a tycoon, but that never happened. And then we've had a failed bid recently for promotion from within, as well as a failed bid for a consortium. So yeah, looks like the owner is trying to sell, and hopefully we'll get good owners that do improve the club when I ask for it to be improved. In terms of transfers though, in January of course it's happened. So yeah, transfer windows have happened. Rafi David was loaned out. He was unhappy that he wasn't getting enough game time, so we've loaned him out. Sam Sturman wasn't unhappy, but we've loaned him out nonetheless. Ollie Harrison's also been loaned out. Finally sold Reverson to Birmingham for 3 million, so we got a profit on buying him for 1.7 or whatever, selling him for 3. That's good. Omari Okadina was finally loaned out, which is unfortunate, and he's gone down his ability like massively. Diego Capalla was loaned out. Hopefully we'll sell him later. Osman Kabal was also loaned out, and Jaden Schlory, who of course signed this season, was then sold for £8 million to Hellas Verona. He didn't even play a game for us. That is such a bad transfer that we did. Well, at least we got a profit because of Premier League reputation and all that, I assume. And the players that joined, so Maxime Boussy joined us for big money. 22 million rising to 29 million from Anderlecht. Hopefully he can be a really good player. He's a bit old, 29, but 3.5 second, but I think he's our new right back. We're supporting Jan Niklas at best as our new left midfielder. Just backup squad player, but 3-star current ability. It was 3.5-star, mind doing scouts. I failed me a bit, but yeah, hopefully he will be decent at 19 million. Sava Sestic also joins us. 7 million rising to 8 million from Heracles Almelo. Centre back, right back. Christian Delamure was just out of football, just joining us from Genoa, and he's joining permanently. I just decided to go ahead for it because we were owning out Okadina, and I don't think it'll last long next season. And Craig Laycock joined us for 7 million, just a youngster with the remaining transfer budget, and he could get really good. Hopefully he will. I don't think he's going to play much this season. He's going to be mostly playing the reserves. But hopefully next season we'll get a loan, and the season after that he'll be a really good player for us. So the results in January were thus: we beat Southampton and Ipswich, then lost to Bournemouth in the first round we were in of the FA Cup, the third round, and then lost to Fulham and Man City. Currently that takes us to 14th in the league, only 9 points away from relegation. I don't think we're getting anywhere near continental football or top half, but yeah, we've just got to be worried about the teams behind us picking up points now. Season preview in the end, we're currently now 300 to 1 odds, 18th best team in the league. That's not that bad, really not that bad at all. So results have happened since last time, and it was not that good. So we lost to Liverpool, lost to Brentford, drew against Brighton, lost to Arsenal, lost to Man City, lost to Everton. Then somehow we turned it around, win against Aston Villa, win against Newcastle, 4-0 in all honesty. That was an amazing result. Lost to Chelsea, a win against Forest, a win against West Ham, and then 2 draws against Sheffield United and Leicester. That, in the end, guaranteed us safety. 15th place. In the end, we were quite far from relegation, 11 points in the end. But basically, the lowest team out of the ones that weren't fighting for relegation. So we've got to improve quite a lot to get anywhere near better next season. In the end, the table was as thus: Man City won the league with Man U, Chelsea and Arsenal going the Champions League places. Everton in Europa League, but they could get Champions League depending on coefficients. Then the other Europa League was Liverpool, and the Conference League was Brentford. Aston Villa, Newcastle, Leicester, Tottenham, Fulham, West Ham, Sheffield United, Cambridge were all the other teams that weren't near relegation and all that stuff. Then Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest basically just survived on the final day. Then Brighton, Southampton and Ipswich, the team's going down. If we go to season preview, it's a big surprise that Brighton have gone relegated, because before 100 to 1 they were like 33 to 1 odds favourite to win the title, like 8th place. So it's a big surprise that they have been relegated. But yeah, players that might be leaving 2029, we've got Dalmir leaving at the end of his contract, but he will be joining next season permanently. I don't know whether that's a good deal, but I just decided to go ahead with it. Otherwise, I don't think we'll be trying to sell anyone. Jaden Bogle, maybe. It depends, who do I want to keep, Jaden Bogle and Joe Prasado. Pesedo got a 6.52 in 18 matches, 10 on starts. So I reckon he'll be sold next season, and he is on the transfer list because of that. I don't think anyone is unhappy. No, and I don't think anyone else will be sold. Maybe Adamile will be sold. He didn't look good at all. 6.55, he's played 35 games. I think we can get better than him, so he'll be sold possibly. And yeah, I think everyone else can maybe be kept. If offers come in, we might sell. It depends. Dynamics. Alfredo Rajas is unhappy. I managed to get him down to breakthrough prospect, and he became unhappy about. He did become unhappy at first because he did start as a star player when he joined. But now he's unhappy that he wants to get into the national setup. And yeah, I'm just keeping him angry because he's a good player, and I don't want to let him go. Though he didn't play much this season for us. So maybe that we need a loan out for him next season, maybe. But yeah, that is enough of this episode. If you have enjoyed this episode, give the video a like. It does help the channel out immensely. If you are new, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell as well for mobile notifications so you never miss an upload. Comment a comment saying you're lucky to have survived, or you did really well to have survived. And check out all my socials down in the description below, and check out the tactic. The tactic of course being the 442 Invincible by GIORGIO FA. So check that out in the description below. It takes you to Open Sky. You just click download, then put into your documents. Sports Interactive, Football Manager 24, Tactics. It should automatically be an FMF file. Just put that in your Tactics folder and then click load, and it should have a load of all your tactics you've saved or have created and saved, or ones you've downloaded and put in properly. And yeah, then you can just download it, load it, and use it. But yeah, I've been Matthew, also in SamuraiHex, and I'll see you all next time. Hex, signing out. Bye everybody.